Hello everybody. So in this video we are going to learn about New Jersey geology. So this is the map of New Jersey. In fact, this is the geomorphology map of New Jersey. And as you can see here, we get some rough terrain on the northwestern part of the state. And we have plenty of flat-lying landscape right here in the southeast of the state. All right, so if we take that information, the geomorphological information from the state, and then combine that with the geologic information that we have in our state, we can actually create a new map, a new map, which is called the physiographic provinces. Okay, so this is the definition of physiographic provinces. It is a landform or a region delineated according to similar terrain. Okay, so it got to be similar terrain right here. Oh, oh, okay, doesn't. Oh, sorry about that. All right, so it must be the same terrain, and that has been shaped by a common geologic history. Okay, so basically, it's a combination between what it looks like, how it looks like, and what kind of rocks that we have in there. Okay, so that is what we got. That is what we call as physiographic provinces. And in New Jersey, we actually have four different geological provinces in New Jersey. So, and what's interesting about the geology of New Jersey is that it actually covers a wide range within the time scale of geology. So let's take a look at that. So this is the time scale. So this is the geologic time scale right here. And remember that in geology, we always like to start from the bottom, okay? Because remember that the principle of superposition explains that the bottom part is always older than the top parts, right? So therefore, we always like to start from the beginning of the story, okay? So we are going to start with the very first geological province that we have in New Jersey, which is called the Highlands. Okay, Highlands is right over here. It is located in the northwest of the state, and it occupies a little bit of rocks right here in the northwestern part of the state. Okay, so here it occupies the Precambrian rocks, which is very old, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about the rocks that are in highlands in the next video. But anyway, after the highlands, we have the valley and ridge. Okay, the valley and ridge covers the Paleozoic rocks right here. All right, so we got the rocks that are in this H bracket. Okay, and valley and ridge occupies the northwestern point of the state. Okay, so it's right over there. Okay, and then after valley and ridge, we have a younger rocks that occupies the mid section of the state, which is right over there. Okay, so that is Piedmont, or it represents the Newark Rift Basin. Okay, so the Newark Rift Basin consists of rocks that are late Triassic to early Jurassic in age, which is represented by these green box that I'm highlighting with the red highlighter. Okay. And the last one is called the coastal plain. So coastal plain occupies the southeastern part of the state. Okay, and it consists of the youngest type of rocks or sediments that we have in New Jersey. So again, those are the four different physiographic provinces that we have in New Jersey. We got Highlands, Valley and Ridge, Piedmont or Newark Rift Basins, and the last one is the coastal plain. Okay, but how do they develop, right? Now, these slide will explain, what are the different stages in New Jersey development. But what's interesting about New Jersey geology is it actually records the presence or the development of two different supercontinents. Man, that is amazing, isn't it? So that's what's interesting about New Jersey geology. We have good records of the presence of two different supercontinents within the past 1.5 billion years. Okay. Um, what you're looking at here on the right, by the way, this is what we call as Wilson cycle. Wilson cycle. Okay, so Wilson cycle is a cycle that actually explains how supercontinent, assemble, and then after that it got rifted apart, and this process, you know, consistently happens throughout the geologic history. Okay, so that's what Wilson cycle is all about. It's all about the formation and the rifting of different supercontinents from this point all the way and create a complete cycle like that. All right, so New Jersey geology, the very oldest process that New Jersey geology recorded was the assembly of supercontinent Rodinia. All right, so we talked a little bit about supercontinent Pangaea before, especially remember when we talk about the plate tectonics history as well as the continental drift theory, right? So when we talk about that, when we discuss those topics, we talk mostly about supercontinent Pangaea, but we never actually talk about supercontinent Rodinia. Supercontinent Rodinia is actually a supercontinent that was present even before the supercontinent Pangaea was formed. So this supercontinent Rodinia existed before Pangaea. Okay, so this is older, much older than the supercontinent Pangaea. So here in New Jersey, we have rocks that recorded the assembly of supercontinent Rodinia, which is mostly represented by the rocks that make up the Highlands province in the northwestern part of New Jersey. And then the second one, the Rodinia rifts apart. And then the third one, the passive margin right here, that's the third stage. Passive margin development right after the Rodinia supercontinent completely broke up and create two different continents right here, one on the left and two on the right side here. And then after that, we got three mountain building events in the Paleozoic that actually marks the closing of that ocean right here in the middle. Okay. And then eventually we have the assembly of the supercontinent Pangaea. So once this ocean in the middle got closed completely, then the two continents, one on the west, we have the North American continent collided with the West African continent. Okay, and that process has been recorded by the rocks that we have in Valley and Ridge province. Okay, and then the next one, we have the rifting of Pangaea. So again, this makes a complete cycle of the Wilson cycle, right? So we have the Rodinia, assembly of Rodinia, and then it rifted apart, create a passive margin, and after that we have the supercontinent Pangaea, got assembled again. And then after that, subsequently, we have the rifting of supercontinent Pangaea that created the Piedmont province or the Newark Rift basins that we have here in New Jersey. And the last process is the development of passive margin, which is mostly recorded by the rocks that make up the coastal plain province in the southeast of the state. Okay, so those are the different stages in New Jersey development, and in the next two videos we are going to talk in more detail about each of these four different geological provinces that we have in New Jersey. Okay, so I'll see you in those videos. Bye bye now.